producers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to make interesting and unique techno kick rumbles by using samples, by using pre-made rumbles. Instead of generating our own from our kick drum, we are gonna take a look of the samples and chop them and try to generate something unique and something creative. And if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. So usually we already know we are making the rumble by processing the kick drum and just creating the rumble from the kick drum by just processing it, adding distortion, adding delay, adding reverb, EQ, compression, sidechain. There are several steps. And also I already had a Techno Kick Rumble Maker plugin that works inside of the patcher. So if you still didn't check it out, you can check it on the card that I'm gonna add to the top. But today I like to show you a different approach. Recently the Production Music Live, they released several techno packs. And while I was exploring the packs, I thought this can be a really good video idea. Because with this technique, you can create the rumble really fast and it's gonna be really cool, really interesting. So here I am with the two sample packs. One of them is Main Stage Techno sample pack, which contains the loops, the one-shots for the kicks, for the rumbles. And the other pack is called Peak Time Techno Bunker. Again, there are plenty good techno rumbles. And yeah, let's try to take a look of them. So they already sounds really nice. Let me put my metering stuff to here. LFO tool and span as always. So we can monitor what are we doing inside of the track. And maybe I can put a clipper. So if we just mess the things up, it's gonna help us not to clip. So the first sample, I'm gonna use this one because the grit, the top end, the hiss, the noise is really cool. Probably we can do something with it. Let's put it like that and let's keep digging. So this is also so powerful, let's use it. This is also nice. And this one got a really nice rhythm inside of it, the groove, I like that. So yeah, let's use 4 of them and try to create something cool with using 4 of them. But yeah, definitely we are gonna need some kick, like the main kick that we're gonna use in the track. So maybe for that I can go to the main stage pack and let's check the one-shot kicks. So I like the tail of it and yeah, it's really punchy. Probably this can be the main kick. Okay, now this technique requires attention on the keys of the rumbles because as you see, like when I'm choosing the rumbles, most of them doesn't have any key tag on them. They are just rumbles. They have several multiple keys. But if we want to merge them into one bass channel, we gotta make sure they are working perfectly and they are in the same key as much as we can, you know, match them. The first thing I'm gonna do is put my kick like that. And let's go maybe 136 BPM. Let's be faster. Because I like to go find the groove like the Deborah de Luca, Charlotte de Witte, that kind of modern techno groove. And that's why the BPM should be 135 to 140. So now we are going to double click them, put them into stretch mode and go auto detect and give the time information. The stretch is really important. You can try E3 mono as well. But yeah, like the generic one, probably not gonna use on this kind of examples. So let's put it stretch, auto detect and give the time information. And we are gonna do the same for all of them. And probably if we choose generic, it will be easier for us to edit the sample. Let's choose stretch, generic, and give the time information. And now that's all. So now I'm gonna just go zoom them and cut the rumble parts. We are not gonna touch the kick parts. And let's see which part we can use. So as I remember, the top one got some cool grit, the top hiss. So we probably should use it. So let's leave it like that. Even probably we can copy paste it. And now let's go to the second sample and maybe choose the area that doesn't have a kick. And let's go choose high resolution in span, which gonna help us to see the actual key of the sample. Maybe we can lower the volume. So it shows A sharp. Let's check the kick. Because the kick kinda has a little bit of tail. If I like to merge the tail of the kick to the sample, the rumble sample, we gotta match the key of the both of the samples to the same. I'm determining the key by looking and judging the highest peak of the sample. For the kick, it shows the note of A. For the rumble, it was showing A sharp, so which means I gotta make it one semitone down. It's 100 cents. Now the sample is not A sharp, it should be A as my kick. So now I'm gonna choose very tail of it, not to get confused. Maybe we can delete the rest. Let's don't forget to choose generic and zoom in. Yeah, now it shows the note of A. So we can use it. Let's put the kick to here and make it shorter. Let's choose generic as well. Even make it shorter. And now I'm gonna loop the first section. Let's give back its volume. And I'm checking and judging the volume by looking the LFO tool. And I'm gonna send the rumble to here. And maybe we can send the kick to here. So we get more organized. So this is nice, but it's not what we are looking for. Let's go check the other samples. So we have this loop. So probably this part is really unique. Let's take it to the second part, and again we are gonna check the key of it. It's kind of D. But let's make sure. What if we put it like that? I'm just pitching it until I get the A sharp, like the biggest heel on the span. It's really tricky. So this sample looks, it doesn't even have a certain key. So probably I can just leave it like that, because no matter how much as I try, it's not gonna be like exactly the note of A. But we can now check everything and see how it sounds in the context. I think it's not bad. Maybe we can just give a bit more freedom so they can merge with the kick more properly. Yeah, the thing that I'm looking for to have some groove that when I listen, I need to be able to dance and get, vibe with it. So we have another sample loaded in here. Let's check it out as well. This already looks like A. Let's listen, maybe we can find another better position to chop it. Probably like this part sounds more interesting to me. Or maybe the next part. Yeah, probably the next part. I'm gonna delete everything and only got this section. So this looks G sharp. If I put it one semitone up, it becomes A. So now we got this pattern. Maybe I can do like that. So you can try all the variations. Probably the first variation was the best. Now I'm gonna group them into the same channel, the rumble channel, and I'm gonna give them a bit overdrive, so this is going to glue everything that we put. And I'm just cutting the tail of the samples because like there are some kick click that I hear because there's the kick next to it. And I'm just, shaping them, tweaking them manually. And now we get this groove. So to be more clean, I'm gonna add an LFO tool to cut my bass. And even now you can put an EQ, like shape and color the bass. Maybe we can just boost the fundamental note for A. Let's go choose here, or maybe 110 Hertz. Let's make it a bit narrow. I think it sounds really groovy. Let's add the other sample that we loaded. So maybe we can send it a separate channel, call it top. Let's clone the LFO tool. And also I'm gonna give it EQ because I like to cut the low frequencies. And again, not to get the click of the kick, let's shorten the sample. And maybe we can give it some OTT so we can make it a bit bigger. And yeah, let's copy the groove that we created. Maybe we can give some click, some top information to the kick. And now you can just fine tune it, tweak it. And now let's add another track to here, because I like to complement my groove with adding some ambience, some atmosphere sound. Yeah, like most of my tracks using this kind of crackle sounds to do, like I'm hiding it behind my groove, my main bass line. I'm gonna send it to some empty channel, let's call it ambience, and probably we can copy the LFO tool again, but we don't need to, you know, make it that sharp. It's already cleaned up, I don't need to put an external EQ to it. And now we can just put some drums and test how the groove works. Maybe we can add this one as well. Let's send the head to its own channel, the head that I added recently, because I like to give it some hush effect. And with it, it's gonna be much more wider. Let's send this loop to here. Let's call it head, top loop. And I'm gonna use this interesting loop. It's G minor, so if I put it 2 semitone up, it becomes A minor, fits to my key. Let me remove this part. I'm gonna send it to some empty channel, call it synth. I'm gonna sidechain it and also give some low cut. It's like the generic processing that I'm using. So let me put delay reverb top of that one. It's a quick processing. Probably it should be mixed better now. It sounds pretty good to me, and I'm gonna end the video by adding some random synth to show you properly how this technique, this making the kick rumble from sample technique, can fasten your workflow. I'm gonna add a serum. Let's use this sound. So if my key is A, Okay, it's like the very basic, very generic stuff. But I just like to show you how it looks like in the context. Let's just firstly copy the synth channel to the lead. And let's call it lead. I'm gonna give it overdrive. Let's get rid of delay reverb from serum. So yeah guys, before I show you the final result of today's tutorial, I like to summarize what we talk in this tutorial. For this technique, you should find the premade techno rumbles. In production music live, you will get tons of them. They have dedicated packs for this kind of techno tracks. Even I'm gonna put a link in the description. You can check the PML's website and check all the details that packs include. And when you are working with this kind of samples, make sure to chop the best parts that fit into your track and try to go the high resolution in span and try to match the key of them so they will sound like they belong to the same sample. And today that was it guys. I hope you can apply this to your own productions too. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye bye.